This is brilliant. So Donald Trump is using his authority to block the Democrats from doing their investigations, and Whitaker has just said that he will not come forward with a subpoena against him. At this point in time, it becomes very apparent that the Democrats are going to have to open their own special counsel investigation against Donald Trump and his nominees in order to identify if him and any of his nominees are intentionally breaking the law. It's very amazing that most of Donald Trump's appointees at this time are just temporary appointees that have been approved upon. And at the same time, none of them have compliance. Yet he's put his money man, Mick Mulvaney, in charge of being in his White House as his chief of staff. Yet Mick Mulvaney has never been approved for it, so he can be subpoenaed, and so can Whitaker. And what we look at here now is that Donald Trump is refusing to offer anything to the Democrats, and the more he refuses to comply to it, the more he shows guilt. And the conclusion there is that you now need a new special counsel to investigate the presidency during the presidency to identify if he is guilty of doing things illegal while he's president with intent. And that is a very important thing, because all of those people are no different than the people that committed crimes during Ronald Reagan's years and broke the law by selling arms to the Contras and otherwise. And you got to wonder, did the Republicans want the Virginia Democrats knocked down because they are setting up a new legislation law that would have enabled it so that gerrymandering no longer existed? And were they more afraid of that than the abortion problem? And were they sitting on this problem the whole time? Because it becomes obvious that the Attorney General had known what was going on, and that everyone else has known that this was coming down the line. So anyways, long story short, I think the Republicans are making a break for it, and they're getting very, very, very scared. You should pray for them that they get what they want, because the more that they get, the more that they expose that our government is corrupt, and our government needs a full review and investigation under the laws of the land, because democracy is an idea, and the idea of democracy is completely experimental. And if the experiment is not functioning, we must reform the idea of democracy to have the rights to be free citizens again in a country with the rights to have your own freedoms for the love and for the righteousness of the American people. Look at this. He knew about her claim a year ago, and yet the persons that were involved never did anything. How do you know about her claim from a year ago, and it suddenly comes up right when you're bringing out legislation as if somebody wasn't sitting on it? I mean, come on. This all needs a review and investigation. God bless God. I hope this all just turns into a festering sore on the backside of a leper needing to have its arms removed from its body and a pin put through its chest so you can make sure that the etymology of it is exactly what you suspect. God bless God.